Find what you love and let it kill you. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. The problem with the world is that the intelligent people are full of doubts, while the stupid ones are full of confidence. Understand me. I'm not like an ordinary world. I have my madness, I live in another dimension, and I do not have time for things that have no soul. If you're going to try, go all the way. There is no other feeling like that. You will be alone with the gods, and the nights will flame with fire. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is. You have to die a few times before you can really live. An intellectual says a simple thing in a hard way. An artist says a hard thing in a simple way. I don't hate people. I just feel better when they aren't around. We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us. If something burns your soul with purpose and desire, it's your duty to be reduced to ashes by it. Any other form of existence will be yet another dull book in the library of life. Sometimes you climb out of bed in the morning and you think, I'm not going to make it, but you laugh inside, remembering all the times you felt that way. Wherever the crowd goes, run in the other direction. They're always wrong. The less I needed, the better I felt. Invent yourself and then reinvent yourself. We are like roses that have never bothered to bloom when we should have bloomed, and it is as if the sun has become disgusted with waiting. Writers are desperate people, and when they stop being desperate, they stop being writers. Nothing can save you except writing. It keeps the walls from failing. We're all going to die, all of us. What a circus. That alone should make us love each other, but it doesn't. We are terrorized and flattened by trivialities, we are eaten up by nothing. Don't fight your demons. Your demons are here to teach you lessons. Sit down with your demons and have a drink and a chat and learn their names and talk about the burns on their fingers and scratches on their ankles. Some of them are very nice. I have one problem, I don't hate people. They disgust me and I want to get away from them. I do not have hatred. I have an escape mechanism. We don't even ask happiness, just a little less pain. People empty me. I have to get away to refill. You can't beat death, but you can beat death in life, sometimes. And the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. There's a light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Simplicity is always the secret to a profound truth, to doing things, to writing, to painting. Life is profound in its simplicity. I stopped looking for a dream girl, I just wanted one that wasn't a nightmare. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. My heart is 1,000 years old. I am not like other people. Those who escape hell, however, never talk about it, and nothing much bothers them after that. I was a man who thrived on solitude, without it I was like another man without food or water. Each day without solitude weakened me. I took no pride in my solitude, but I was dependent on it. The darkness of the room was like sunlight to me. I am not a snob, it is simply that I am not interested with what most people have to say, or what they want to do, mostly with my time. The empty, the angry, the lonely, the tricked, we are all museums of fear. The courage it took to get out of bed each morning to face the same things over and over was enormous. The difference between a democracy and a dictatorship is that in a democracy you vote first and take orders later, in a dictatorship you don't have to waste your time voting. I felt like crying but nothing came out. It was just a sort of sad sickness, sick sad, when you can't feel any worse. I think you know it. I think everybody knows it now and then. But I think I have known it pretty often, too often. The crowd is the gathering place of the weakest, true creation is a solitary act. It's possible to love a human being if you don't know them too well. I've had so many knives stuck into me, when they hand me a flower I can't quite make out what it is. It takes time. If you're losing your soul and you know it, then you've still got a soul left to lose. The area dividing the brain and the soul is affected in many ways by experience. Some lose all mind and become soul, insane. Some lose all soul and become mind, intellectual. Some lose both and become accepted. The area dividing the brain and the soul is affected in many ways by experience. Some lose all mind and become soul, insane. Some lose all soul and become mind, intellectual. Some lose both and become accepted. There is a place in the heart that will never be filled, a space. And even during the best moments, and the greatest times, we will know it. And yet women, good women, frightened me because they eventually wanted your soul, and what was left of mine, I wanted to keep. The more cats you have, the longer you live. If you have 100 cats, you'll live 10 times longer than if you have 10. Someday this will be discovered, and people will have 1,000 cats and live forever. Why did I come here? I thought. Why is it always only a matter of choosing between something bad and something worse? I want to let her know though that all the nights sleeping beside her, even the useless arguments, were things ever splendid, and the hard words I ever feared to say can now be said. I love you. Don't wait for the good woman. She doesn't exist. There are women who can make you feel more with their bodies and their souls, but these are the exact women who will turn the knife into you right in front of the crowd. I am ashamed to be a member of the human race, but I don't want to add any more to that shame. I want to scrape a little of it off.